Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Marcia Erickson, and I'm your host for today's conversation. My conversation today and my guest is with Caitlin Nichol. She is a Ruhl&Ruhl realtor and the sole owner of Kate Trains. We're going to be talking about her business, her journey into ownership, the challenges she's faced, what it's like to run two businesses, the wins she's had along the way, and get a look at what it's like to build, grow, and run two businesses at the same time. Welcome to the show, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I appreciate you having me on. I'm looking forward to our chat and hopefully it'll be a good one.
Good. Oh, it absolutely will. So before we dig in, give us a quick background on who you are and tell us a little bit about the businesses.
Okay. Well, Caitlin Nichol, which you already introduced me, but I was born and raised in Davenport, Iowa. I graduated from Davenport West and I played college softball at Augustana and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So
Awesome.
I have my degree in psychology and sociology. I wanted to go to grad school to be a therapist, but I took a year off and never went back. But I worked in social work for like 7 or 8 years. And after I was in college, after I graduated from college in South Dakota, I moved to the Twin Cities. So I lived in the Twin Cities for about 5 years. And I never thought I would come back to the Quad Cities, but here I am. So I came back. My family is here. My sister at that time was considering having her first kid, and I wanted to be closer to home. So I moved back and I made a jump from social work to insurance. I was in insurance for about 2 years. I was really good at it, but I just worked too much. So I figured if I'm going to work this much, I'm going to work for myself. So that's when I became a personal trainer. So I've been doing that for 5 years now. And just recently, I became a licensed realtor with Ruhl&Ruhl. So I work out of the Davenport office. So yeah, I added another career and looking at it now, it's a lot, but I'm really happy I did it. And I'm super excited about what my future holds. I think I'm at the beginning of my professional story, but I've still accomplished quite a bit in that time.
Yeah, for sure. And transferable skills, right? There's many between sales, marketing, building, running a business. There's a lot of synergy there. So tell us what a typical week looks like. How do you run both businesses at the same time?
Yeah, sometimes not very well. So for my in-person training with my clients, I schedule them every Sunday. So I like to do that because schedules are crazy, especially for my clients who have children and their children are in sports or in other activities, and they also have a life. So I schedule them every Sunday, and it can be something different every week. But once I get them penciled in, that's typically going to look like pre-work and post-work, right? Most people are at a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5 or a normal work hour day.
Mhm.
So I am working from 5 a.m. to 10:30 in the morning with personal training clients. And then I will hustle out of the gym and go switch and put on my realtor hat and go to meetings at the office or head to the brokerage, or I'll have a listing appointment or a buyer consult, or I'm running around doing something for one of my partners. And that could be, you really don't know what that day is going to look like sometimes until you get into it. And you may have plans, but those change too. So I would say my personal training business is a little more concrete. When I'm not in person with them, I am still, marketing, programming, nutrition, client check ins. Client check ins can get pretty heavy some days. And that's okay because it's a big responsibility for me to check in with them too and respond to them and make sure we're moving in the right direction. But so I kind of feel like I'm always attached to my phone, but it comes with both jobs. So after, midday, I'll go back to the gym for my evening clients who are after work. And then I'm usually at the gym until 5:15, 5:30. And then sometimes I'm hustling out of there to go let my dogs out, grab a quick bite, and then I'll have showings from, 6:30, 6 o'clock to sometimes 9 o'clock. And sometimes I'm writing offers at 11 p.m. when I have to be up at 4 a.m. the next day. But it can be it can be crazy like that. And you get, some weeks that are stacked like that, especially in the spring market. But I don't know what else I would be doing. And I'm truly passionate about it. And I love working with people. I'm the type of person who is really big on growth and wanting to move and wanting to do things and wanting to learn. So I think it fits me really well. But there are some times where if I don't have a ton on my schedule, I'll definitely take advantage of it and just take a breather.
Yeah, for sure. It's a true testament to loving what you do, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. You touched on marketing just a little bit. So tell us about, everyone wants to know what marketing strategies work. What's helped you to build the businesses?
Yeah, I would say when it comes to personal training, client results are huge. Telling their story, telling my story. People want to relate to you, and they want, especially for me as a trainer who I have been, I've competed before in bodybuilding. They need to know I'm human. They need to know that life is hard and sometimes health and fitness is a priority that you don't want to prioritize on top of everything else. But so I think just with my marketing, it's really just being truthful and honest and forthcoming, even on the parts that aren't so glamorous or so great, because people really relate to that. um, my client success stories are probably the best thing, showing transformation, showing, and not always, the number on the scale or how many inches they've lost, or, you know, something that you can see. It's the things that you don't see. It's how confident they are. It's them sleeping better. It's more energy. It's they're playing with their kids more. They're succeeding better at work. Those things are just so amazing. It's part of the reason why I love doing what I do, and I love sharing those stories, especially with their permission, right? So when I can get great clients and they trust me, I think a lot of it is built on trust. That's when you really see the good things happen. So um, I would say the best marketing is definitely just showing that. Social media, obviously, is just everybody has it. You might as well monetize on it. A lot of information, but making sure it's genuine and not just kind of junk that's getting thrown out there. And not all marketing, does well. Some performs way better than others, and that's okay. Um, but yeah, just getting people to relate and really dive into that emotion when it comes to personal training. As far as real estate, I'm really lucky, at Ruhl&Ruhl, they're phenomenal. It's part of the reason why I wanted to be affiliated with their brokerage. We have a whole marketing team. They really do so much to make sure we're successful. When it comes to just staying in contact with the community that you serve and your clients and your sphere of influence, making sure that you're going and doing the business, not just sitting and trying to educate and run numbers and look at the market and do research, but being in front of those people and having a relationship with them and making sure they know you're there, you're a resource, and you're available. We send out postcards, we send out a facts and trends letter that's
Mhm.
very educational about the market. We do a lot of things within our community, and I think as a brokerage, Ruhl&Ruhl is has a great reputation. They are, we get a lot of respect. We have a huge share of the market, so that's a huge reach. It goes really far, and I think it just really comes down to, making sure that you're getting out there and you're doing it and you're letting people know and showing how you can add value. That's ultimately how they're going to pick you, right? Is how much value can I add to this experience for you that makes you comfortable and want to work with me and know that I can guide you down this process.
100%. Every business owner I talk to is growing through something. So new season, new challenge, taking it to the next level. What are you growing through right now that's
Uh,
demanding of you?
yeah, yeah. Well, I just got divorced in April. So, and that was a 6 to 7 month span thing. Um, and that has really taught me a lot about myself, who I am, and also who I am as a business owner. Um, it was probably the hardest season of my life, but I was still able to show up, be who I am, be surrounded by great people, continue to be submerged in my businesses. That's actually what drove me to get licensed. I wanted something else that I could really, that could challenge me, that could, I could have a return on, that I could invest in, that I could learn. And ultimately that was just for me and only for myself. So that pushed me into real estate. I had been considering it for over a decade. So it
Mm.
was just the right time. And although I would never choose that chapter again, it has definitely really made me who I am today when it comes to, who I am, how I run my business, how I relate to people, how I support them, how I want to be there for them, how they trust me. So, I think I'm on the tail end of that, but I always know that there's something else that's coming. But honestly, being a new agent and starting kind of more hands on right in the middle of the spring market during a time that is, kind of tough for real estate has been definitely a growing season, especially for somebody who already has a business that is up and running and very successful. I expect results instantly with no learning curve, and I want to go all in and be the best. And so I'm definitely learning that it takes time. It takes time, and I will get there, but that I just got to keep going. And mentorship is huge, and being supported by the right people. But it's been really nice for it to be just me, and I could make my decisions and do what I want to do, and it's my time, and I don't. And I think no better time than now when I'm running two businesses because I don't have time for anything else.
So that's a great lead into, I know it's early, but what do the next 3 to 5 years look like for you and for the
Yeah.
businesses?
Yeah, I really would love to get real estate rolling. I have learned so much in such a short amount of time. I think what is attractive about the job too is you learn something every day. I don't think any deal that I've done is the same so far. You have different types of people, different price points, different houses, just different locations, different terms of your contract. And I would really just like to be submerged in the real estate field. I would love to do, anywhere from 10 to 15 deals a year. And that's a lot. So I think just continuing to grow my brand and get my name out there, that I am knowledgeable and I'm educated and I'm a hard worker and I am really excited and willing to help people, whether that be, a first time home buyer or somebody who's downsizing or somebody who is relocating, whatever it may be. I just want to really learn and submerge myself in the real estate field. So I really hope to see my business grow, you know, quite a bit over the next 3 to 5 years. I would love to end up being a well-known producing top agent in the Quad Cities. And not just because I close deals, but because my clients trust me. I want that to come with who I am as a person and what I really, care about and represent, especially as, being an agent at Ruhl. As far as my personal training goes, I'm very happy with where my business is. Um, I just would love to see it continue to reach as many people that it can and who need it and who I'm right for. There's a lot of personal trainers, there's a lot of real estate agents, and
Yeah.
I think it ultimately comes down to if the client and me work well together. Am I the right fit for you? So I just hope I can continue to reach those people and find the clients who do really well with me. So I can help them with their goals, whatever it may be. And, you know, I would love to keep training more, continue to grow and have it be really steady. But I also think as real estate pulls me in, that might look a little different. I think I might back off on training a little bit or maybe switch to online only, not see as many in person clients just so I can have a little bit more freedom when it comes to my time. But um, I, I feel like I'm the type of person who'll have a plan and then we get there and it doesn't look like that, and that's okay. But I do enjoy some structure, but I'm also willing to let it evolve as it should.
Yeah. What's that going to unlock for you? So in 5 years, when we're doing filming another podcast and
Right.
maybe you're one of the top rated
Yes.
realtors, what's that going to unlock for you? What's that going to feel like?
Yeah, I just hope that, I love the Quad Cities. I I honestly did not think I would ever move back here after living in two other states, but um, ultimately after I came back and I remembered, just how much history I have here in the community from growing up here. And now as a young business owner and an adult in the community, it's a whole nother, just layer of the Quad Cities. And I would just love to, be well known, be trusted. I come from here, a success story, an inspiration to people. I didn't have the best circumstances, but I also am very resilient and wasn't willing to just give up. And so I hope that can be an example to others who don't necessarily want to take, the simple career path, because I certainly didn't. But um, I would love to, own multiple rental properties and just be a trusted advisor in the community on, I wear a lot of hats when it comes to real estate and personal training. So I think it's just really leaving the people that I work with better than I found them. And I would just love for my name to carry a great reputation in both of my businesses.
I love that. So when we've talked about where you're at, where you want to be, when you think about the gap that's in there, in between there, what's the biggest obstacle between here and there, do you think?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it could be that I sometimes need to remember to take a break. I will just go, 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 and I can feel it. I can feel it coming on that things are, I'm not sleeping well. Things are going downhill. I'm just, a little run down, and I think I need to find some time to set aside, block off a part of my schedule every now and then to not work and to just have fun. Because I think when I'm taking care of myself and when I'm having fun and I'm doing things that I love instead of just serving people and working all the time, um, I'm a better realtor and a better trainer when I set time aside for myself. But I'm also um, I'm very oriented. I'm very driven. I love setting goals and trying to reach them. Sometimes I'm like, is this realistic? Am I being realistic? But so I think I need to find a better balance between where I want to be and the goals that I want to meet, but also remember that I'm never going to get this part of my life back either. And I need to remember to go golf one day a week and just have some fun, or take a girls trip, or go to the pool with my sister and my nieces. Because sometimes I could say, I'm not doing that. I got to do this. I got to work. I got to write this. I got to make this marketing. I got to do this plan. I have this consult. I got to, and
Yeah.
sometimes just, you got to prioritize like it's an appointment for you. So, um, I need to be better about that for sure. Otherwise, I just don't, it will be a long career for me, I think, if I don't.
Yeah, for sure. You talked about fit, right? Having clients fitting with you and you fitting with clients. So, who do you serve best? How would someone know if they're a good fit for you?
Yeah. So, um, I train at Delph's Pro Gym in downtown Davenport. It is owned by my sister, Haley Delph, and my brother in law, Ryan Delph. So, that's kind of what created the opportunity for me to become a trainer. And I, it was perfect, honestly. I don't know if I would be as successful today if it wasn't like that, but I owe a lot of it to them. They really set me up for success. But our gym is, we have everybody from professional athletes to bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, amateur bodybuilders. We have people who have been lifting for 15, 20 years. We have people who have never lifted before in their entire life until they come to our gym. We have people who come who are already fit. We have people who come who are in the worst shape of their life, but they feel safe there. So I would say the best fit for me, my sister, her niche is definitely more bodybuilding and prepping clients for shows. That's really not my niche. I have lifestyle clients. Most of my clients are female. Most of them work full time, most of them have kids, most of them, um, just either, or they're business owners too. And they're like, I will not do this unless I have this as an appointment with you. So I really, my main focus when it comes to my programming and my philosophy as a coach is I'm going to meet you where you're at, and then we're going to get you where you want to go. And that's going to look different for everybody, depending on, do you just want to feel better and move better and be more active? Do you have a serious goal of losing weight? Do you have an injury that you are trying
Mm.
to work around or strengthen the muscles that support it? Or do you have a joint that's irritated so you can just live better, longer, move better? Um, and it's really about something that's realistic and that you can maintain and that fits your life. So um, I do have male clients as well, but lifestyle clients is majority of who I work with. I do have some young athletes too who are getting introduced to the weight room at a younger age, who are trying to, become stronger and gain more confidence and feel what their body is like, right? So the best fit for me is definitely, I would say, a female lifestyle client who is really, really busy or has really serious goals, but doesn't want to crash diet and needs the support and trust to get there and be honest about it. And, know that it's a process, but I'm going to be there for them through the entire thing. So, my male clients are great too. I don't want to. I don't want to talk like I don't want any male clients because they're good too. But yeah,
It's
I
just
would
easier
say,
for them. Let's just be real.
yeah,
It's
you might
easier for
know.
them. How
So
about on
yes,
the real estate side?
on the real estate side, buyers and sellers, they're totally different, but I love working with both. Um, First time home buyers, that's just such a fun experience. It's to be a knowledge source for them and to educate them, because the real estate transaction is incredibly complex. It's not, okay, I like this house, I'm going to buy this house, see you later when we close.
Mhm.
From the time your offer is accepted and pending to get to closing, there's like 80 steps to get there. So um, just knowing that the education I've received and the knowledge that I have already this early in my real estate career, as I continue to learn, alongside some of my clients who this is their first time going through a home purchase as well. It's probably going to be the biggest investment of your life for most people. That's pretty serious. So um, I really like working with people who can confide in me and trust me and know that I'm a good resource to them. I am educated and I can help you through this process, help you understand, slow it down for you to make you feel really good about this huge purchase that you're making. So first time home buyers, it just gives you, it's very special. So I love first time home buyers, but I like working with everybody. There's a lot of different challenges in real estate, and there's a lot of different deals, and it's really fun. And some deals are not super great either. So, but we got to do those too. So, but yeah,
But
first
you
time
like
home.
the challenge, I can tell.
Yes, definitely.
All right. You ready for some rapid fire questions?
Let's do it.
Okay. What's the key to success for you?
Resilience.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tagging onto that, what's one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Keep going. Sometimes you feel like you're going to give up because you're like, what am I doing? But don't give up. Keep going. Have a good support group. Find somebody you can confide in. Have a mentor that you honestly trust and can be open with them, and share, somebody who has been in the business and has can feel and know what you've gone through. Um, just know that even if a business owner looks super successful and like they have everything together and life is great, just know that they have days where they're struggling and they ask why they're doing it and they question why they're doing it and feel like they suck and that they should just stop. It is a roller coaster. So just buckle up and
Yeah.
enjoy it, because we're all on it.
And never assume, never
Never
assume what
assume.
someone else is going through. I love
Yes.
it. What is a book or a podcast that you're into right now?
Oh, okay. Well, Actually, I'm listening to it's the Ninja podcast that's very real estate specific, about basically selling real estate, but more so your relationships and how you gain clientele and how you can connect with them and just kind of finding their why or getting to who they are as a person and why they want to make these decisions. So that's been really good. I also, on the other side of that, I listen to NASM, NASM. It's a CPT for a certified personal trainer. His name's Rick Ritchie. He does a podcast and he talks about so many different things in the health and fitness industry. So those are the two that I probably gravitate towards the most. Sometimes I'll just pop in on an episode of a podcast if I see that it's a hot topic or somebody's recommending it or somebody shares it with me.
Yeah.
As far as books, I actually haven't been reading a lot lately, and that was one of my goals for the end of the year is to read more. I do have a I do have a book on my nightstand. It's gosh, I can't even think of the title. Go River. It's red. Can't think of it, but it's supposed to be a quick read, so I just need to get it done. But that is also about it's a business. It's a book about a business idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Excellent.
excited about that one.
Good. Good. All right. This one's a fun question. If you had just a little bit of magic dust and you could sprinkle it somewhere in one of the businesses, where would it go?
Mm. I think it would go to listing leads to get more listing leads. As a new agent, you really work a lot more with buyers. Uh,
Okay.
that's just more common. Listings are for more, not that new agents don't get new listings, but seasoned vets, people who their name is, well known within the real estate industry, people who produce, right? Somebody wants to hire a realtor who knows how to sell houses. So um, I would say it would be over listing leads to get more interaction from people who want me to be their realtor when it comes to listing their house.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Before the final question of the day, how can people find you?
Okay, so I'm very active on social media. My Facebook is Caitlin Nichol, CaitlInNichol. Or it might be Kate Nichol. Anyways, you can search me there. And actually, all of my website links are linked on my Facebook. But I have Caitlin Nichol at rulhomes.com. That's my real estate website. And then, Instagram is Kate Nichol. I'm very active on Instagram as well. I'd say I use Instagram and Facebook the most. But then I also have a personal training website too. It's katetrained.com. So you can find all my website links on my Facebook or even my Instagram as well.
Awesome. And they can Google you.
They can Google me. Yeah, I have a Google business profile for both of my businesses. I should come up. You can find me that way. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty active on social media, so I'm very Googleable.
I love it. It's a new word. All right. So, last question of the day. What's most inspiring to you today?
That's awesome for me today. Man, I am so inspired by people who just don't have any quit, and you can just tell that they keep moving the bar, but they also don't forget to celebrate their accomplishments too. When I see, like, my sister, for example, she's been a personal trainer for 13 years. And, you know, right before COVID happened, she decided to open her own gym instead of training out of somebody else's gym. And I've watched that business just grow and unfold. And I'm very proud of their brand and the space that they've created at Delph's Pro Gym. And things like that are so inspiring to me. Or even my clients who, change their lives. They lose 100 pounds, or they're just more happy and more confident, and their relationships with their partners are so much better, or they can do more things with their kids. It's just, I am so inspired by people doing hard things, but also just watching that unfold and seeing how much better their life can get, or just their success, and just, happier people. So I would say other people inspire me a lot.
I love it. That's beautiful. Well, Caitlin, this was a great conversation. Thanks so much for being with us today. To everyone watching, save the show. Lots of inspiration in here, some great tidbits. Um, she dropped some real insight today. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you know every time we drop an episode. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. And a special thank you to you, Caitlin. This has been fun. Thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I had a great time, and hopefully in 5 years we can
We'll
reconnect
do it
again and
again.
we can talk about what happened.
Love it.